Michael B. Jordan makes his director debut with Creed 3, and he drops the best movie of 2023 so far. That's what I'm talking about. The Creed franchise is one of those movies that I honestly never really cared about. I mean, I heard mixed reviews over the first two films, but just never got to it. So for me, Creed 3 was my introduction to the franchise, and as a person who knows absolutely nothing about the plot lines and the characters, wow. This movie is about 2 hours long, but it had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Jonathan Majors, all delivered, putting together great performances in their own right. Damn, they made me feel like I need to go to the gym. I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan, but for some reason, I can never take his acting serious when his character is supposed to be angry. Like, I hated him in Black Panther. He just seems like such a good guy. Michael and Tessa characters had great chemistry throughout the movie, and you can tell they actually like being around each other if you watch one of their interviews together. They had one scene together when they was in a recording studio early in the film, and I was just like, damn. I'm single as hell. Strong performances from everyone involved, and one thing that surprised me is that it wasn't a single character in the movie that I found annoying. For me, that's rare. And shout out to my guy Wood Harris, who's in this movie and who's incredible as always. Just wanted to shout him out. Strong side! Jonathan Majors plays Adonis' childhood friend Damien as a Mike Tyson-like figure. He plays a promising young boxer who had his career taken away after making a bad and quick decision one night. His character was locked away for 20 years, and after being released, he wants to get back into boxing and take back everything that he feels is his. I really enjoyed the character, and Majors' performance really makes you feel for Damien and all of his mixed emotions. On one hand, you feel bad for him as he's awkwardly introduced to this Hollywood lifestyle. I loved all the awkward mannerisms that Majors did throughout the movie, but then on the other hand, he feels like one of the scariest dudes you'll ever meet. His character had legit motivation, even though the story was a bit unrealistic, but in some cases I felt for him. In my opinion, he had every right to be upset with Adonis. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Damien is a terrible person. He was an absolute dick in this movie. I might just be a little twisted because I like to root for the bad guys sometimes. And like I said, this is my first Creed film, so I'm gonna assume that the cinematography in this movie is kind of the same throughout the series. But man, the way that the fights are shot and the sounds of every punch in the movie, it just makes you feel like you're in the ring. And much better than the 1976 film Rocky. Boy, that movie stinks. As a guy who works in production and works with cameras, there was some shots in this movie that looked amazing. From boxer intros, from the angles in which they show the punches being thrown, slow motion sweat flying everywhere. Incredible. And one person stole the show in like a 2-minute cameo. Kehlani. Oh my god. Oh my god. And now it's time for the bad stuff, but for the record, most of the stuff that I had an issue with in this film was pretty minor to me. The plot was extremely safe and straightforward. I mean, you can see where the movie was going at every beat, but for me, I ain't really care. I just wanted to see two heavyweights fight each other. I do wish that it was more of a build-up before the fight between Damien and Adonis. It just seemed like it kind of happened. But I guess if they did that with the pacing of the film, it probably would have been a 3-hour movie. I hated the way Damien got his title fight. And I'm not going to spoil it, but you're telling me today with everyone having cell phones, nobody was able to put 2 and 2 together? Come on. Acting legend Stephen A. Smith made a cameo in the movie, and for some reason, they made ESPN First take place at nighttime. Like, they showed Damien when he called into the show, and in this background, it was pitch black. ESPN First Take comes on at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. West Coast time. How do you mess that up? Michael B. Jordan says that anime played a big influence and an inspiration for the fights, and they made one creative decision towards the end of the movie for the final fight that I hated. Like the way they decided to shoot one of the scenes in the final fight, it was just the 2 boxers in the ring, and then the rest of the arena, it was complete black and empty. Like, it could have been a cool shot, but we've seen this done in other movies, and for some reason here, it just looked cheap and weird. I also don't like what they did with the story of the young Adonis and Damien. You telling me you couldn't come up with nothing else outside of 2 young black boys getting in a bad situation and somebody going to jail over having a gun? As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, of course the young black boy goes to jail. That's really it though. I mean, some of the stuff that I said, you could probably say that I'm nitpicking. I mean, this might come to a surprise at people that know me, but I enjoyed the movie. And it crushed at the box office. It was expected to make only $30 million in America, but it made $58 million in its first week. It even has an 87% critics rating and a 96% fan rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Definitely go see this movie if you haven't already. If I had to give it a rating, I would say probably 8.5. I might be going to the movies this week. I'm debating between seeing Scream 6 and 65, but I don't really care about any of them. But hey, look at us growing this channel. Like, subscribe, comment below, let me know your opinion on the movie. Love you guys. Till next time, see you in the next life.